In this video, I'm going to show how to get instant hand pain relief. Stay tuned. Hey everyone, Dr. Rowe coming to you from SpineCare in St. Joseph, Michigan. So if you're dealing with a lot of pain, stiffness, and discomfort through your hands and your fingers, definitely check this video out. I'm going to go over easy exercises that can help offer quick relief from minor aches and pains all the way to more severe conditions like arthritis in your hands. Each one of these exercises works differently. To get the best results, go through them all and use what gives you the most relief. With that being said, let's get started. So here's a really good exercise that you can use for instant pain and stiffness relief, but this is a really good exercise that you can use daily to help maintain and prevent future issues. Just a quick note, I'm going to go through a series of movements. Each movement you want to hold for a couple seconds and repeat 5 times. So let's start seated, and we're going to have our elbows bent at 90 degrees, hands up like this, palms facing away from us. The first movement is going to target our fingers. So we're going to put our fingers together and then slowly curl them downward towards the top of the palm, right here at the base of our fingers. Press your fingertips into that area to the point where you feel a deep activation of the soft tissues around your fingers, knuckles, working into your hand. Once you feel that, hold this for a couple seconds, release it, and then repeat this 5 times. From there, we're going to reach a little bit further, more towards the middle part of our palm, and then repeat. And then you're really going to reach all the way towards your wrist as much as you can, and again, repeat. After we're done with the fingers, now let's focus a little bit more on our thumb. So I'm going to put my fingers together, take my thumb and press right at the bottom of my index finger. Press in there as much as you can until you feel a deep activation through your thumb working into this meaty portion of the palm. Again, we're going to hold that for a couple seconds, release it, repeat this 5 times. From there, I like to reach my thumb all the way across my hand and press into my pinky finger and then repeat. So what I'm going to do next is now focus a little bit more on movement in the thumb by doing big circles like this. Go in one direction about 5 to 10 times and then switch it up in the opposite direction and then repeat. So let's take this one to the next level and put all of these movements together by doing what is called piano fingers. I'm going to put my hand straight out in front of me and imagine a keyboard or piano right out in front of me. Let's open our fingers up as much as we can and also our thumb until we feel a really good initial stretch happening throughout our hand. At that point, I'm going to move my thumb and fingers up and down like this, like I'm playing that keyboard. Try to do this for about 10 to 15 seconds, and during that time period too, you can definitely move your knuckles. But I would try to do this for at least 3 to 5 repetitions, and with each repetition just building into it a little bit more. The last thing that we need to do is just focus a little bit more on our wrist. So at that point, I like to take my thumb, point more or less towards my index finger, clamp down with my fingers, and then just do nice wrist circles like this, going in one direction about 10 times and then switching it up in the opposite direction and then repeat. So when you do all of these movements, you're probably going to find that one just targets that tightness a little bit more. Maybe it's on your right hand, just going right down towards your palm. At that point, treat it like your weak link and keep building into that movement over and over again until everything is nice and loose. So here's a really good way to get both quick and long-lasting hand pain relief. This one is going to help strengthen our forearms, our wrist, and help improve grip strength. I'm going to use what is called a FlexBar. These are really inexpensive. You can pick one up online. I'll leave a link in this video's comments section and description. So I like to do this one seated and just have your legs a little bit wider so you can put this right out in front of you. So the first thing that you're going to do is take your hand and you're going to grip right at the bottom. Get a very good grip on it, and you're going to put it right out in front of you. Now pretty much have your wrist locked, and what you want to focus on doing is trying to more or less move this flex bar without moving your wrist. So kind of focus on just trying to move or vibrate your hand. As you do this, you're really going to feel the hand get challenged to maintain this, and you're going to feel a really good activation into your forearm all the way up into your arms. I actually feel it into my shoulder. So what I like to do is build into this movement just a little bit more with each repetition to the point where it is really shaking and I'm really struggling. Try to do this for about 5 to 10 seconds or longer if you're able to. From there, just take a breather and repeat this for at least 3 to 5 times. But if it feels like you have more energy, just keep building into it over and over again. So to take this one to the next level, instead of doing forward and backward movements like this, you can also do circular motions. So go in one direction and then switch it up in the opposite direction. You can also put your arm in different positions. So kind of have the TheraBar right here, FlexBar I should say, right off to the side, and then just repeat. You can also go down like this, or just kind of go through any angle that you like. The key is try to find any movement or position that just feels like it's a little bit more challenging, and at that point just keep building into it over and over again. Just remember though, whatever you do on one side, always do on the other to help keep everything in balance. So this is one of my absolute favorite ways to get instant hand pain relief. This is called the peanut method because we're going to use a massage tool that looks just like a peanut. These are really inexpensive. You can find them locally at any sporting goods department. If you would like to pick one up online, I'll leave a link in this video's comment section and description for this exact one. Why this works so well is because it has a little groove right here that it can hit really hard to reach spots, including across the wrist, but it also has these nubs that offer a really good massage. So let's take our tool and place it right on a flat surface. The first area that I like to focus on is my palm, especially right here over my thumb. Just press your palm into the tool to the point where it's going to be a comfortable self-massage, and then roll up and down like this. Let's start right at the wrist, work upward towards the thumb. You're going to then work towards the fingers on the outside of the hand right here, and then finally across the center. When you do this, you're probably going to find that one certain spot just feels like it's the most tight, achy, or painful. At that point, I would stop over that spot and keep repeating this over and over again until everything is nice and loose. From there, I like to work into the fingers. You can do one finger at a time. You can do all fingers at a time. Just kind of curl around like this. Just make sure to do this on all sides and also over the fingertips. So from there, let's turn our attention towards the back side of our hand. So you can flip your hand over like this and repeat. If you do find that one spot's a little hard to reach, you can just grab the tool with the other hand and manually do that massage just like this. So from here, we're now going to turn our attention towards the forearm into the wrist. There are a lot of soft tissues, including tendons, that run through here towards the hand, and when these become irritated, it can cause a lot of hand pain, so we definitely don't want to forget about them. So what I would do is start right at the elbow, work upward towards your wrist, and make sure to do this on all sides of your forearm. But just keep repeating this over and over again and focus on any spot that needs a little bit more attention. For this exercise, we're going to need something round that we can grip into. A tennis ball works perfectly, but if you don't have one, just roll up several large socks into a ball. It should work. So we're going to position our forearm right on a flat elevated surface like a table or a desk. You're going to press into the ball with all fingers and your thumb to the point where you feel a really good activation of the soft tissues in the hand, working into the wrist, into the forearm. From there, you're going to position the ball straight towards the floor, have your wrist nice and straight. Start off by doing nice little circular motions like this with the ball moving through your wrist. With each circle though, make the next one a little bit bigger to the point where you're putting a lot of movement into the wrist. I like to at least do this about 15 times in one direction, and then from there I switch it up and repeat in the opposite direction. When you do this, you're probably going to find that one certain movement, like for me when I swing downward towards the left, it just feels like it's the most tight, achy, or painful. At that point, I keep building into that movement over and over again until everything is nice and loose. And you can definitely do different positions with your forearm. So you can do like a hitchhiker sign and then repeat. You can also flip completely over like this. You can also start to do different motions. So instead of doing circular motions, try to do a figure eight. You can do shapes like a square right here. You can even write your name. You just want to experiment with as many different positions and movements movements as possible until you find that one position that needs the most attention. But if you really want to take this one to the next level and focus a little bit more on strengthening, instead of using all fingers, just use one. So take your thumb and your index finger, press in there, and then repeat. It's definitely a lot more challenging, but give that a try on all fingers. Just remember though, whatever you do on one side, one hand, always do on the other to help keep everything in balance. If the exercises help, please support the channel by giving this video a like and maybe subscribing too. If you have any comments or questions, please leave them below. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thanks for watching.